I recently had the pleasure of completing the game Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, and the game easily ascended onto my favorites list. For many, this game was a gimmick game with seemingly bad controls that was just meant to give streamers and YouTubers free content. While those are true to some degree, the game is a much more compelling gameplay loop than it may initially seem. As you climb, you begin to find strategies that get you up the mountain faster and more consistently. While streamers play up their losses, and many might focus on the progress lost when they fall, it's far more productive to think about how you can do better the next time. The game is life. In real life, you are guaranteed to fail, guaranteed to fall back down the mountain you just climbed. It can be disheartening, and every now and then you might give up, sit at the point you fell to for a while. Some might never attempt to progress again, thinking that's beyond their ability, or that is for those that are more talented than them. They are willing to sit at the bottom, watching others climb. This game is like playing a piece of music or speaking a new language. You are not going to understand anything at first. What you're reading, what keys you're supposed to hit, or what words you're supposed to say. And everyone who already can do those things seems so beyond your skill level that you see no point in trying. However, if something internally, or externally, beckons you to continue, you will soon find that the individual steps are not so hard. Reading music has a clear translation to what you're doing on your instrument, and languages all have common aspects to other languages. It's about picking out these understandable aspects and beginning your progress from there. Sometimes you have to improvise, say something you don't know the words for. You might miss a key, mess up a tense, hit the wrong chord. That feels bad, but that's alright. No one is a master at first. It's about wanting to attain the ability to speak a perfect sentence, or play a song just as it should sound, that will continue to drive you towards your goal. This game delves into the subject of B games, in itself being inspired by the 2002 game Sexy Hiking. What many people may not realize is that this game, too, is a B game. Reused assets make up the game's structure. 3D models were found and liberally applied, sections being designed around available assets. The music used is available in the public domain, and quotes from other people are used when progress is lost. Even your character, Diogenes, is reused. Not only his model, but his story. Diogenes, the man in the pot. At the beginning of the game, he was sleeping in the pot not as a surreal artistic gesture, but as a philosophical statement. Foddy made this game not to appease anyone in the modern market. He made this game because there was something he wanted to make, something he thought needed to exist in the world. Like the real world, Diogenes would beg for a living and sleep in a pot, pushing his ideology to its limit and forcing people to confront the arbitrary nature of society. So too does Foddy's Diogenes test the player's mindset on how a game should be made and confront the arbitrary framework of modern games. Is the game meant to be played quickly and be done? Destined to become part of a sea of chewed up and spit out media? Lost and forgotten, no more than trash? How much effort is spent making content that appeals to this wishy-washy sense of entertainment? Though he seems to have disdain for this culture, Foddy does not give you a direct answer. Trash culture is culture too, after all. This game itself is trash culture. Reused assets primarily consumed through streams and memes, doomed to the tomb to be occasionally exhumed. Perhaps that's what this video is, the exhuming. But it is in that trash culture that we find hidden gems. When everything is trash, piled high with no end in sight, it makes it seem that much more meaningful when you find something that is worth your time, something that occupies a space in your mind. An orange is sweet, juicy fruit locked inside a bitter peel. You cannot flippantly eat an orange. To get that peel off, you need to claw at it, dig in your fingernails and tear. Your hands will get covered in juice, and you might smell like an orange, but you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. The core gameplay loop of this game echoes not just the act of building a game about climbing, but the act of climbing itself. Rock climbing requires one's full body and mind to be at play, every muscle to be tensed, and every neuron to be firing. When you go for a ledge, which you're unsure as to whether or not you can grab, you're likely to mess up the first time and end up falling to the ground. But that doesn't mean you don't go for it. The scrapes and calluses you receive are like medals, showing that even if you didn't achieve your goal, you were not holding back. There's strength in that unwillingness to fail. But when you do reach that ledge, feeling a sense of control return to you that you weren't aware that you had lost. You feel you've already achieved your goal. The top is still quite a distance away, but you feel that the hardest part is already over. You've reached a plateau that you're confident you won't fall from. If you do fall after that point, you will feel terrible. The idea of needing to reach out and grab that ledge again seems like something you don't have the strength for. Simultaneously, you know you have grabbed that ledge before. It will only be a matter of time before you grab it again. Since I recorded this audio with just a general idea of how long a generally fast playthrough of getting over it would take, I didn't record anything for the ice cliff here. I've had to re-record the run multiple times because of the ice cliff and how the ledges are hidden behind snow. This section requires a great deal of patience, even when you're going fast. Perhaps there's meaning in that. And thus, we've reached the top of the mountain. You're not the ones playing, but you should be. If I may, getting over it with Bennett Foddy was one of the best gaming experiences I have ever had, and I heavily recommend it. Forcing yourself to engage in and overcome something that you think you can't do is a powerful experience, and will make you realize just what you are capable of. You will learn about yourself and the world. And if not, well, at least you have bragging rights. I dedicate this video to you, the one willing to watch this far. I give it to you with all my love.